More Than a Celebrity, where in each episode, we bring you the best and brightest of the business side of celebrity. Both entrepreneurial-minded and cause-focused from Advertising Week's global stage. Covering the gamut of advertising, branding, social impact, and media in the moment. In this episode, we hear from Becky Lynch, a history-making, barrier-breaking champion, who, with the help of the WWE Universe, became the first woman to win in the main event of WrestleMania. Advertising Week recently sat down with Becky to discuss her success in and out of the ring, and how she is building her brand as an iconic athlete.
So I think there's two different audiences. The online audience isn't necessarily the audience that is coming to the shows, that is bringing their family, and things like that. And so the things that those two audiences are into are very different. And I think you have to be in tune with both, and you have to keep your ears open, your eyes open to what's working and what isn't. But at the same time, I think of this as an art. I think of this as my art, my craft that I've put my heart and my soul into. I think you have to be very aware and very diligent about not consuming too many opinions.
Yeah.
Because once you're listening to everybody, you're not listening to yourself, and it's hard to forget what you've seen or what you've heard, and especially if it's negative. So I think you have to be very mindful of the feedback you're getting. When it comes to the business and wrestling as a whole, and especially women's wrestling, I feel like I can be of help by being a heel, right? Because when you're a babyface, it's all about you. It's how good you look. It's how do we make the audience like you the most? And when you're a heel, it's all about how do you make the babyface look good? How can you get people invested and want to see this guy win? And so I feel like I have gotten enough equity with the audience that I'm able to help a babyface, and then as a whole, that just helps women's wrestling when people get more equity and they get more exposure, and I think that drives the business forward. So I like both. I like being a heel. I think everybody likes being a heel. I think it comes down to storytelling, and I think one of the interesting things, I think it was Dana White that said this, like, if you can imagine a baseball field or something. I'm not the biggest sports fan, but anyway, you imagine a baseball field, and in one corner people are playing baseball, another corner they're playing basketball, another corner they're playing football, soccer, whatever. And then in one corner there's two people having a fight. Where's your attention going to go to? You're going to go to the people having a fight. Well, that's what we do. We tell a story through that, and using, everybody knows at this stage that it's predetermined and everything, but it doesn't make it any less interesting, especially because we constantly blur the lines. So people are like, oh yeah, that was scripted, but that wasn't. And so it constantly leaves people questioning. And then I think for the amount that we do, we're running 52 weeks a year, at least 3 TV shows a week. Sometimes 4 when we have a pay-per-view, sometimes 5 if NXT has a pay-per-view. And so the amount that we are doing, and it's all live. It's all live. We don't get a second take at it. We don't get a second go at it. We're performing high physical maneuvers in the ring while also trying to figure out where's the camera angle. Are people going to be able to catch this? While there is an audience of thousands of people watching us, let alone an audience of millions of people watching at home. There is nothing like it. It is a spectacle. It is energy. It is alive. And it is passionate. And I think people feel that. And they're drawn to it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And that's a wrap for this episode of More Than a Celebrity. From Advertising Week's global stage, we hope you enjoyed this inspiring and forward-thinking interview with Becky Lynch. See you next time.